It costs you nothing to hit that like button, family. Big Chap TV, where you know you gon' see that truth, that now this game's so free. He give it a cut, that's how it's gotta be. It's Big Chap TV.
What up, family? Cost you nothing to hit that like button, fam. Project Pat, Playa, Fly. If you don't know, when it comes to Memphis, these are two real-rooted individuals as far as the rap game, as far as respect go. You know, when it comes to Project Pat and Playa, Fly, you know, they one of them too. With that being said, fam, we know that people go on their own path. So Playa Fly is on his path and Project Pat is on his. But one thing I can say about path choosing, it's only two ways you can go, the wrong or the right way. You dig what I'm saying? And when it comes to the type of music that Project Pat was putting down, the type of music that Playa Fly was putting down, you know, it affected the community, especially the community of Memphis. So a lot of influence that we had back in the day, a lot of influence that we have today, you know, that we all have to pay for, fam. So we got to be very careful on what we wish on other people, what we say about other people, and what we do to other people, or how we influence those. With that being said, Project Pat, you know, he spoke out after being on Beale Street and saving 10,000 souls. You know, midst of the rap that was going on, you know, Project Pat stopped and had a sermon. And he actually, you know what I'm saying, from the looks of it, saved 10,000 souls. Now, with that being said, Playa Fly not having it. He went to his social media pretty much disrespecting Project Pat and saying that Project Pat, you know, didn't save no 10,000 souls because some of them same individuals, the next day he seen getting into certain other situations to say that they not saved. You feel me? What Playa Fly is saying. He was like they was just playing on Project Pat top. Now, what I want Playa Fly to understand is, fam, just because one gets saved, that don't mean they not a sinner. So you can have a person get saved on a Sunday and go sin on a Monday. But by you being saved, fam, it's give you grace with the Most High. By you being saved, fam, because either you saved to the Most High or you saved to the devil. You feel what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, people is not just finna, it's just like a machine to where you get saved and now you all of a sudden this perfect person. It don't work like that. And see, this is the reason separation is so heavy in our community. This is the reason, fam, when it comes to doing the right thing like Project Pat, you know, the attack's gonna come. This is an attack, fam, from Playa Fly. Playa Fly was dead wrong for even speaking, you know, on the situation where when it comes to souls being saved, especially dealing with Project, is it an underlying problem that you got with Project Pat? Because see, a lot of these things be underlying problems that individuals have with each other, but they just say certain things with certain situations that come about to make themselves look good. Salute to Project Pat. The Most High is in the blessing business, fam. And I don't need y'all to think no other type of way, because if you do, you bound to fail. These are just facts. If you look at the community right now, if you look at the hip-hop community all the way around, when it comes to the Most High, he's showing out. You know, a lot of people was like, what God at? What? It's so much violence going on. It's so much, but a lot of things is getting handled in today's time and in this world. Not saying that things still not going on, but the betrayal, the mistreating of people, all these different things, you know, one have to pay for. You know, look at all the millionaires, what they going through now. You know, being a millionaire. They talk about this in the good book, fam. You can't feel like you above the law of the Lord. It just don't work like that. Salute to Project Pat. What artists have you known to come? You know, we know Kanye West have did his thing, and we know a lot of more artists have tried to in so many ways. But Project Pat is doing this thing on a whole new other level, and I salute the way he moving. You know, I salute the way he doing it. Continue to do it like that, fam. Because see, it don't matter if you save 10,000 or one soul. You see what I'm saying, Player Fly? It could have been one individual that you don't know in that circle and deterred their life from a life of crime. You feel me? From a life of drunkenness, whatever the case might be, fam. So we got to be real careful who we speak on, especially when God out here using individuals like Project Pat, and you got your, their name in your mouth in ways like that, trying to detour the blessings of God from other people. It's saying them 10,000, he ain't saved no 10,000 people. That's just some pretty hate. That's just some player hate to me, Player Fly. You feel me? Because for one, you too old in the age to even be speaking like you knowing better. And I've heard you say different things about the Most High. I mean, you know better. Why is it that every time people try to do something positive, people just want to go in and destroy them? It's the same thing as the viral Officer Norman right now, going through what he's going through. The same people that was clapping, now they clapping with what he's going through, and they expect people to be perfect, but it don't work like that. Just because you a changed man, you still in the human body, fam. Just because you a changed one man, you still a human being, fam. And I don't think people is understanding that. People be wanting you to be a whole God out here. You feel me? And when you humble up under God, you know you not one, fam. The ones that's feeling like God is the evil ones. They got no connection with him. So to see Project Pat in Memphis, and then the sad part, this is well needed in Memphis. Look at everything that's going on in Memphis, Player Fly. You feel me? Like this is well needed, fam, for the community. Y'all ain't got no problem with Donald Trump coming in with the National Guards. He said he coming in with the people in Memphis. I heard the mayor of Memphis say he don't want that done because the last time that was done was when Martin Luther King died, and they don't want them same vibes again. And I understand that part of the game. But man, it's more politics. You know, it took for one to be speaking on, other than when it comes to Jesus politics, them ain't the one you need to be speaking on. Now, the worldly politics, yeah. But I don't care what you may think of Project Pat. You know, but that's still, you don't try to knock a loop up out of his godly work, what he doing for God, fam. You don't try to take it back and swing that out the way. Because that's the wrong swing that you want to take, fam, towards the Most High. I'm telling y'all, when the Most High is using somebody, leave them alone. Leave them alone. If they get, I don't care what you might think about them, how much they're a fraud or whatever the case you might think on your own. Leave them alone. Player Fly, leave Project Pat alone. Let that man continue to do what he do for the Most High. Because see, you ain't doing it. Only thing you doing is doing what you're doing. You feel me? When it comes to your influence that you have in Memphis, you're not using it for the reasons that Pat is doing to save lives. You're using it for monetary gain or whatever you can do to show face. But I will keep y'all updated though. I'm out.